Hi, I'm watching a bunch of videos in the gastric bypass community on YouTube, and they're talking about why I won't talk about my weight loss surgery and why I don't talk about my weight loss surgery. And I'm here to tell you why I do talk about my weight loss surgery and why I will talk about my weight loss surgery. And number one is I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. Number two, it's not a quick fix. It's not an easy way out. It's not. If you think that having surgery is going to make you shed off the pounds and you don't have to do anything else, you're wrong. Don't have surgery. Just don't. You have to curb your addiction and change your lifestyle. You have to change the way that you view food. You have to get in check your addiction with food. You have to stop eating sugar and carbs and fatty and greasy foods. You have to stop. Surgery doesn't do that for you. It limits the amount that you can eat. But over time, you can stretch your stomach. Me personally, I can't stretch my stomach. The amount of pain that is involved with stretching my stomach is more than I can bear. Three times now I have overeaten. Sorry, there's a piece of hair and it's driving me insane and I can't find it. But 3 times now I have overeaten to the point that it is so painful that for half an hour or longer I have been doubled over in pain and crying and dumping syndrome and just in so much pain that it's unbearable. And that's because of overeating and that one bite that I overate came back up again. Sorry, TMI. But I found the hair. It's unbearable. It's too much. And the people that do stretch their stomach back out must have a much stronger addiction than I have, because I physically cannot handle doing it again. I can't. But people do it, and I'm just not one of them. But surgery is not a quick fix. You still have to eat right and eat the right amounts of foods and eat the right kinds of foods. You have to avoid sugar and fats and greasy foods and those types of things, or you will get sick. Me personally, I don't experience dumping syndrome, but many people do. Most people do. And from what I understand, it's not pleasant. You don't want to have that happen. But surgery doesn't cure your addiction to food. That's something that you have to address. You have to change your lifestyle. Surgery doesn't do that for you. You can stretch your stomach again and regain all of the weight that you've lost. And typically when you lose weight and you regain more than you originally lost. and you end up weighing more than you originally did. And that's typical with any diet. When you lose 10 pounds, you regain 15 or 20. When you lose 20, you regain 30 or 35. That's typical. And that's because your reset point changes. People ask me all the time, did gastric bypass work? And I tell them, no, it didn't work. I worked it. I worked it. It did cure my hypertension. It did cure my diabetes. I couldn't have done those on my own. But gastric bypass did not cause me to lose all of my weight. I caused me to lose all of my weight. I had to change my lifestyle. I had to change the kinds of foods that I ate. It helped by restricting the amount of food that I could eat, but I still had to not overeat. It helped me by causing pain when I did attempt to do that by accident. And it's definitely a tool, and I used it. I used it to its utmost greatest ability, but it's not a cure. It's not a fix-all. It doesn't do everything. You have to work it. So, gastric bypass saved my life. I'm not going to say that it didn't. It did. But it takes a lot of hard work. But back to my original statement, I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to talk about it. And I'm not going to hide it from you or from anyone. I had gastric bypass in April of 2016. And I'm not ashamed by that. I'm not embarrassed by that. I'm ashamed that I hit 350 pounds. I'm ashamed that I allowed myself to be morbidly obese. But when you break your leg, you see an orthopedic surgeon. And when you have hypertension, you see a doctor, probably a cardiologist. And when you have diabetes, you see a doctor. When you are morbidly obese, you need to see a bariatric surgeon. And I did. And I'm not ashamed by that. I sought help for a problem that I had. And I'm not ashamed by that. Why would I be? That doesn't make any sense. Nor should anybody be. If you are, I'm sorry. But you shouldn't be. Sometimes we all need help. Sometimes we all need help. And when we do, we should seek out that help. And when we receive help, we should be grateful and thankful and not embarrassed. I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Take care.